Imagine waiting in your car for hours just to catch a glimpse of a single geyser in July. That is the reality at major parks like Yellowstone, Yosemite, and the Grand Canyon during the busy summer months. While crowds flock to the famous spots, incredible untouched landscapes are waiting in quiet corners of the country. This countdown highlights 10 spectacular destinations where you can trade massive crowds for wide-open spaces and true exploration. Pay close attention to our third choice, which offers a level of scale that is hard to believe. Number 10. Congaree National Park, South Carolina. Our journey begins in a swampy woodland that feels like an enchanted fairy tale world. Tucked away in South Carolina, Congaree protects the largest remaining area of ancient hardwood trees in the nation. The forest roof is so dense here that it completely blocks out the sun, with some massive trees reaching higher than 160 feet. Visitors love the main boardwalk trail because it is elevated and flat, making it perfect for families with strollers or anyone wanting a relaxed stroll. To truly experience the park, grab a paddle and explore the calm waters of Cedar Creek by boat. Floating past giant trees standing directly in the water makes you feel like you are exploring another planet. Best of all, while Yosemite welcomes millions of travelers annually, this hidden gem gets only about 160,000 visitors, giving you plenty of room to breathe. Number 9. North Cascades National Park, Washington. You do not need to purchase an expensive plane ticket to Europe when Switzerland's rival is sitting right in the Pacific Northwest. North Cascades is home to more than 300 massive ice sheets, outnumbering any other park in the continental United States. Summer brings jagged peaks alive with colorful alpine blossoms, and the drive to Diablo Lake is worth the trip alone. The water features a brilliant, milky turquoise shade created by fine rock dust washed down from melting glaciers. Most travelers in Washington head straight to Olympic or Mount Rainier, leaving this northern paradise wonderfully empty. You can hike for miles along remote trails without encountering a single soul. If you crave dramatic peaks and deep peace, this is your ultimate destination. Number 8. Great Basin National Park, Nevada. Nevada holds a spectacular secret far away from the bright lights and casinos of Las Vegas. Located 5 hours into the quiet eastern desert, Great Basin features the towering 13,000-foot Wheeler Peak and the beautiful underground passages of Lehman Caves. However, the most incredible sight happens after the sun goes down, as this park boasts some of the clearest night skies in America. The stars shine so brightly here that the Milky Way looks like a painting, and rangers even host stargazing events with large telescopes. Experiencing a night with zero city lights or glow on the horizon is something you will never forget. As a bonus, you can hike past ancient trees that have lived for over 4 millennia. These living wonders were already growing strong long before ancient workers started building the pyramids. 7. Lassen Volcanic National Park, California. While everyone crowds around the thermal features in Wyoming, Northern California offers a spot where the earth bubbles, boils, and steams without the heavy traffic. Lassen Volcanic allows you to walk right up to active mudpots and steaming vents without pushing through rows of tourists. The ultimate highlight is Bumpass Hell, a steaming basin where the active earth crackles right next to the walking path. The 3-mile round-trip hike to this area is highly manageable and offers beautiful mountain views along the way. This unique park is also one of the rare spots on Earth containing all 4 distinct varieties of volcanoes in one place. You do not need a science degree to appreciate it. The incredible scenery speaks for itself for its 500,000 annual guests. 6. Black Canyon of the Gunnison, Colorado. The famous canyon in Arizona gets all the attention, but Colorado features a gorge that feels much more intense and dramatic. The rock walls here drop nearly 2,000 feet straight down, creating a gap so narrow that the bottom only sees about half an hour of sunlight daily. This lack of light combined with the dark rock gives the park its ominous name, and looking over the edge will take your breath away. Driving along the south rim gives you access to 12 incredible viewpoints that are just a few steps from your vehicle. If you are looking for a true challenge, you can scramble down steep, unmarked paths to reach the rushing river below. Even if you stay safely at the top, the sheer depth of this place provides an unforgettable rush. 5. Isle Royale National Park, Michigan. Here is a fascinating fact. This remote island sees fewer guests than almost any other park in the Midwest, yet it has an incredibly high number of repeat visitors. Once people experience Isle Royale, they feel a deep need to return. Situated out in Lake Superior, you can only reach this wilderness by taking a ferry or a seaplane. There are no vehicles, paved roads, or phone signals here, making it a perfect escape from modern life. The island features over 165 miles of rugged trails where wild moose and wolves roam without human interference. Because it is only open from spring through autumn and requires advanced ferry bookings, it stays perfectly preserved. It takes some effort to get here, but the peaceful payoff is worth it. Most people picture flat deserts when they think of Texas, but this rugged park will completely change your perspective. Located in the western part of the state, it features the 4 highest peaks in Texas, topping out at over 8,700 feet. The crown jewel is McKittrick Canyon, which transforms into a brilliant display of red and orange leaves late in the year. Seeing these bright autumn colors against the desert rocks feels like you walked into New England instead of the American Southwest. With under 250,000 visitors per year, there are no hotels or dining spots inside the park boundaries. It's a wild, untouched frontier where you can enjoy challenging trails and massive vistas completely by yourself. Wrangell St. Elias National Park in Alaska is, honestly, the massive wilderness destination that will completely alter your definition of scale. This place stands as America's largest national park, covering over 13 million acres of wild terrain. To give you a sense of just how huge that is, it's actually larger than Switzerland and several major parks combined. The landscape here is so vast that glaciers stretch out like entire states, and giant mountains simply blend into the background. You can also explore the historic abandoned copper town of Kennecott, which sits frozen in time right next to a massive ice field. Only about 75,000 travelers make it out here each year, which is actually less traffic than a local shopping center sees in a week. So, if you want to experience true freedom and see just how small we really are, this is the ultimate destination. Next up is Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. You know, North Dakota is rarely at the top of vacation lists, which means a lot of travelers are missing out on something truly special. This park features an otherworldly landscape of colorful badlands with striped rock formations that actually change shades as the sun moves across the sky. Taking the 90-minute driving loop through the south section pretty much guarantees sightings of roaming bison, wild horses, and busy prairie dog towns. The wildlife encounters here easily rival the country's most famous spots, all wrapped in a quiet, lonely beauty that pictures just can't fully capture. A young Theodore Roosevelt once noted that this specific landscape changed his destiny. And honestly, watching the sunset over the painted valleys makes it easy to see why he fell in love with it. Our favorite destination on this list is Channel Islands National Park in California, a spectacular coastal escape that really stands completely in a league of its own. Located just off the Southern California coast, these 5 islands are often compared to the Galapagos because of their rare wildlife. Accessible only by plane or boat, you'll find a quiet paradise with no vehicles, shops, or internet access. Santa Cruz Island is a major highlight, featuring Painted Cave, which is actually one of the deepest ocean caverns on the planet. Moving through these dark sea caves on a kayak while the ocean swells beneath you is honestly an unmatched adventure. The islands also protect rare creatures like the friendly island fox, a tiny animal that often just walks right up to quiet observers. You can easily visit for a day trip or pitch a tent overnight to experience incredible star-filled nights and quiet mornings. This park really proves that the harder a place is to reach, the more unforgettable it becomes. Well, that wraps up our countdown of 10 incredible alternative parks that skip the crowds while still delivering those massive views. If any of these unique destinations made it onto your travel bucket list, let us know in the comments below. And hey, we would also love to hear from anyone who has already explored these quiet corners of the country. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel guides, since we have so many more hidden locations to share. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next adventure.